We're live. Hi everybody. So let's just wait for the audience to build. The reason we're late tonight is like everything, we came back from Cake International, we're extremely exhausted. John's not in the kitchen tonight, Maria is filming because we're not doing any mini videos, and John was in work at 6 this morning and he is shattered, so he's gone to bed. So it's just me and my friendly team here. You know Gwen, you know this lady very well, and this is a new guy, this is Deep. You'll see that we'll be talking to this camera now and again because Deep is FaceTiming in India and his audience, and basically we're just going to have a chat with you about how we went on at the Cake International and the Cake Masters Awards. So we were really very pleased to become finalists, and you know what, that's great. We became finalists with Nifty Nozzles at the awards. We didn't win, but I do want to give a big clap to Santiago. So we must give out a shout out. We do sell their products and I do love their products, they are lovely. We were up against Kerry Griffiths, who's here next week, so commiserations to Kerry. He's with us, he was a finalist. Safety Seal were in there as well. So all those who do the sugar flowers, Safety Seal was in the finalists as well. Yes. I can't remember who else was there.
Oh, we got the list here.
Got the list.
Here, hold on, I'll tell you so.
So we've got this fabulous magazine of all the things that was on the product finalists. That's so bad, isn't it? I can't remember.
Yeah,
it's a bit further back.
Hold on, I'll just tell you in a minute. Just a minute. There you go.
Yeah. So Renshaw Royal Icing, which we sell as well. Rollcon was in there, and Roxy and Rich.
Yeah, Roxy and Rich.
And
already mentioned.
Yeah, we've got that. And Dominic from Marvellous Malls with one of his new malls.
Yes, really brilliant products were up for it this year.
So we were up against the best. But I like to think we came second with all the rest of the other people who didn't win either. So we were all joint second.
Exactly.
And well done to Saraceno. Yeah. So if any of you want to shout out a hello to us, what we're going to do is we're going to talk to you about a few things that what we're going to do. Gwen is actually going to do a scone recipe from South Africa.
That's right.
With no sugar. Okay.
That's the interesting bit.
That's the interesting bit, absolutely. So you guys who can't have any sugar, she's going to make a delicious stone.
That's a unique selling.
That's a unique selling.
Yes, it's
You
got
just
no
got it,
sugar.
Gwen.
Yes.
You just got that bit. But Gwen is
I'm a bit slow now. It's been a long weekend actually.
Me and Deep got it ages ago.
Exactly.
So those of you, Gwen is going to do a sugar-free scone recipe, which is her grandmother's recipe.
Your
mother's.
Oh, right, okay then. Her mother's recipe from South Africa. And then those who want sugar, she's actually going to whip sugar into the cream, which she's going to use our flavoured icing.
Yes, because you have to have cream with scones.
And you've got sugar and crumbs.
Exactly.
It's got to be. Exactly. It's got to appear somewhere, sugar and crumbs.
Exactly.
And then so many of you came to see me and Gwen at Cake International, which was so lovely. It was so lovely to meet so many of you who follow us. And I'm sure that you saw me just exactly as you do here every Monday night.
Yes.
There's no airs and graces.
We don't hide.
I say it as I see it.
Yes, we don't hide.
No, there you go. And I spent my whole weekend showing you how to make this little bad boy. I've got a really bad hand at the moment. I do suffer with a problem in my hand. So I'm actually going to try and make this again tonight for you.
And if Carol can't do it, then I'm going to try, and I'll see how easy it is.
Well, I think you should have a try.
Yes.
And I think
I'm not going to try because I don't know anything about it.
But we can try.
But I can give it a try, yes, definitely.
I try anything.
We've got the Indian audience.
Yeah.
Yes, hello guys,
So
we
they
are
want
still
to
here,
say.
but I'm sure that's fine. They know each
Yes,
other. Yeah.
absolutely.
So before we just go through things, I'm going to show you what's in the kitchen, okay? And also Gwen's going to talk to you about a DK applicator and how it's going. And everybody's all shipped out now, isn't it?
Yes, they should all be shipped out. I'm not 100% sure about the American ones, but all the others are all out. The team at the Sweet Chalet shop are only a small little team, so I'm not 100% sure where they are, but yes.
No,
all of them.
Malta,
Malta, Greece, everywhere. Turkey, everywhere.
Good. And we're on batch 2, aren't we? So
we're on batch 2 now.
Order more. They're selling so well. They're selling
we
so
sold
well.
out at Cake International, by the way. We sold out,
which is amazing.
So, yes.
Goody
and also
good.
that we're going to Cake and Bake.
Yes, that's
so many things going on.
Yes.
So
anyway,
you take a tour.
It was amazing that you all came to come along to the stand to see me, and I know I missed so many of you, as you saw how busy the stand was.
Same happened to me as well. Many people came to ask, and I was gallivanting.
I felt famous. It was lovely.
It was lovely, wasn't
Yeah, it was lovely.
Yes.
Taking pictures with you all.
Yes, this was fantastic.
I actually did some autographs, which was really nice. I know not all of you asked me, but one or two did. I was a bit disappointed about those who didn't. But anyhow.
And the photo, I think the photos
No one
are
asked you for an
important.
autograph.
No, the photos are more important. They spread all over.
They're more viral, right?
Yeah.
So let me just show you anyhow. So Maria's with us. So I don't know how confident Maria is at shouting out comments.
No, I'll do the comments. Don't let Maria worry about the comments. I can do the comments.
Oh, you got that?
Yes,
Okay.
here they are.
I'll do them when she's baking, and she'll do them while I'm talking.
Let me
And
see.
deep as
Keep us
well.
here as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we can.
So I'm going to do a little tour of the kitchen first, okay? Which unfortunately Deep's audience isn't going to see unless you can go.
Well, most of them would see it maybe tomorrow.
When they wake
Okay.
up.
Yeah, but then we'll see if they're already coming.
Yeah, turning around the kitchen, no?
Yeah.
Don't
So
worry
let me
about
just
that.
see. So guys, when we went to, so Maria, come over here. So there's a whole array of bundle of goodies here, okay? So Gwen and I went to the Cake Masters Awards and they gave us this goodie bag, okay? Oh, there you are, Gwen, you're so quick. So they gave us this amazing goodie bag, not this actual bag, but the things that were in it. They gave us. And you got a Cake Masters magazine, you got a Fonderific apron, you got a scraper, sugar paste, colours, roll comb, modelling paste. We got this safety seal. We got an oven timer, pens, little key rings. We also got these things as well for going in the oven, making some nice shaped cupcakes. And there as well. So what we thought was, we're not going to do a raffle, okay? What we're going to do is, if Maria can come over here, Deep, I'm going to just talk to these. So we're not going to do a raffle, okay? What we're going to do is, we're actually just going to put a little goodie in every one of our customers who orders off us. So that's not a sales ploy. What we're just going to do, as the orders come in tomorrow or tonight, starting from 8 or 8 o'clock, I don't know which way we'll go, but starting from tonight, anybody who comes in, all this is going into the warehouse, and there's all a little goodie of something. So you may get a roll comb colour, you may get a Saraceno, you may get a Mazzatino, you may get a Renshaw colour, you may only get a pen. Don't be disappointed, it's free. Some lucky people may get one of these scrapers. There's 4 of these all to go in the kit. And depending on how it is, once we've run out of goodies, which I know we'll run out by tomorrow day, I think I'll have a little word with John and talk about, Maria, where are you going? Can you come back here? We need to look at these goodies.
I wish you only that.
Was you? So what we'll do is, everybody who places an order for anything, whatever they want, we're going to chuck in a little freebie, and as the week goes on, I'm going to chuck in a free bag of icing sugar, and we're going to keep this up until the end of the week, Friday. So if you don't get one of these goodies, you'll get a bag of icing sugar. I don't know which flavour. If there's something in particular you would like, just name the flavour, but I can't guarantee you'll get it because the boys in the warehouse go at speed. And these will be just picked out the bag. There'll be no special treatment. They're all going to go in the black bags. The boys in the warehouse will just pick it out, put one of everything, one in each every order. Okay? So that's the fairest way that I can share all these little goodies with you. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to try and sort my hand out and sort my buttercream out into bags. And I'm going to pass you over to Gwen, who is going to do some shout outs actually now.
Yes,
Is
I
anybody
can
here
do that.
who
Yes,
want to do?
There's so many already. We've got 132.
Right, okay.
Yes,
So
132.
if I show them around the kitchen, do you want to shout out to people? And now I'll get Maria to walk around the kitchen, we'll look at some cakes.
But how do you want me to shout while you're talking to say out
Yeah,
loud?
just
Okay.
shout out because I'll stop talking. So Maria, if you want to pop over here. So I'm going to let Maria look at the cakes and Gwen's going to do some shout outs.
Yes, so we've got Dale Patrick Evans watching with us tonight. Is he one of your regulars?
He is,
yes,
yeah.
And he's also a fantastically artistic guy. I've met him over the weekend. He's amazing. He showed me some of his work. Hi, Dale. Then we've got your regulars in. They were there first. Let me see, where are they now?
I would just shout them out, Gwen.
Sharpen all of them.
As many as you can. Hello,
Lizzie
hello.
Jennifer, Kat Riley, Helen Miles, Julie Smith, Joe Slatley, Sue Simpson, Elaine Ball, Jane Anderson, Anne Croft, Clan Kirchek, Lynn Hill, Karen Nader, Joanne Milligan, Birkin, And the list goes on. There's Lindsay McKibber. Lindsay, we've seen you at Cake and Bake soon, girl. And Robert Allen is there. Judy Smith, Lynn Feather. And then, of course, my guys. Dennis is watching with us tonight. Thanks, sweet. See you soon. In a week's time. And yes, Dale said he came to see you as well, but you were not there.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, but you were busy. Sorry, you were busy.
I was going to say, I never stopped on that stand.
John Halton, sorry. It's only me that gets time to gallivant. Yes, and I think that's it.
Okay.
And Dominique Justine Ballard is watching as well.
Okay, no worries. Well, great. Give us a wave anyhow if you're there. So let's just go back to this. Kim made this early in the summer. Gwen came along, and Kim Firth, she actually, what did she get for her prize?
She got a bronze and a silver.
A bronze and a silver again.
A bronze. This year, a bronze and a silver.
Yeah,
and
so she did an amazing wedding cake, and what else did she make?
The other was a little handbag. I don't know what they're called. I'm not sure what the category is, but it was a small little handbag and a shoe.
And
just
she got
beautiful,
bronze and silver, which was amazing. So she made this in the summer and used the DK applicator. So I've just put on it, and this shoe here, who made this for you, Gwen?
Catherine Tyler, a lady in Milton Keynes, and that's not edible, of course.
No, it's not
just
edible.
To show that people can do arts and crafts with it as well.
Absolutely. So she used your DK applicator for that. I just thought I'd get these books out. Lynn Hill was here last week doing a demo, so I've already got Lynn's books anyhow. As you can see, this one's well worn, but I thought I'd get these out just to give you a reminder. I don't sell them myself, but just in case any of you forgot last week, there's some amazing recipes in there, so I'd certainly invest in a few of those books. Obviously we've got Remembrance Sunday coming up this Sunday, so we've got our remembrance, so I went and bought that today, so I'm going to have that on the stand for this weekend, remembering our guys, all our soldiers over the years. Flavoured icing sugar, as you know how it is. We've got the pearls in stock, the special DK pearls. We've got the cornflour pouch. Everybody who orders a DK applicator, it's the dragéekíss applicator, or DK as it's known for short, gets one of these bad boys for free of charge. And Kim made this cake as well, this 5-tier one, using several of the impressors.
Yes. The polka dots. Those are the polka dots.
The polka dots,
yes.
Yeah. And then here we've got the diamond. We've got this in stock as well. Yes, so many of you asked for this one, and we have actually got it in stock. We didn't have it at the time.
Zigzag.
And we've got the zigzag in stock as well. And this one you make yourself, don't you?
Quilting, and the top ones are freehand as well.
Yeah, and that one's by hand. And I think that was by hand as well. She's so good, Kim, isn't she? But I'm sure you can make some amazing things. People have already been making amazing things already.
Yes.
So then if we come over here. Yeah, sorry guys, you can stay there, Dee, won't be a minute.
Yeah.
Just quickly come over here and I'll bring it over there actually and show your guys in a minute. So Kim used this at the weekend. She made
Kim.
No, who was it?
I would like to give a shout out. So this was done by a guy called Rob Baker Gall from Mr. Bake's Cakes.
Yep.
And no, he doesn't do cakes for money. He does it for pleasure. And you can see, I mean, Kim's cakes are beautiful as well. So Rob Baker Gall, thanks for making that one. He used the DK.
Should we take that over for Deep's audience? Do you want to take it around the kitchen?
Oh, that's a good idea. And then you can talk about this one, which was done by Kim.
So while Gwen takes that one round. So this is the bad boy that does all this marvellous work. The DK applicator, it's actually here. So it's actually here, and Gwen is actually going to talk you through it. Okay, she's going to talk to you about how great it is, how to use it, and then we've got this wedding cake here as well. So sugar paste direct, just some more flavours. So if we run out of the Cake Masters Awards treats, I'll be popping in a bag of icing sugar. So
Deep's audience have now seen this.
Has he done it? Yes. Okay then. So we're going to go back round to the front of the kitchen. Maria's not sure where to go anymore. So and Gwen is going to make her sugar-free scones, and I'm going to make some buttercream.
Good. So Deep will help me. We'll go outside.
Yeah, Deep. So you're going to help Gwen.
So.
Okay, scones time.
So it's very simple. Deep's going to run us through the ingredients quickly. So Deep will tell us what's in there.
Okay, we've got plain flour, right? And that's about 275 grams.
Yes.
And we've got some salt, which is 1 gram or 1 milliliter.
Yeah.
And then we've got 10 milliliters of baking soda,
No,
baking powder.
baking powder.
Okay.
This is very important.
This is an important thing.
This recipe cannot go wrong except if you swap the baking soda for baking powder, which I've done once, and baking powder.
So that's baking powder, and that's, to be precise, 10 milliliters.
Yes, 10
right?
milliliters.
And then we have mixed our 2 whole eggs with 250 ml of sour cream.
That's right. Sour
Yeah.
cream, guys, not
Yeah.
normal cream, sour
It's
cream.
not whipping cream, it's
Yeah.
not,
Very
it's sour
important,
cream.
sour
Yeah.
cream. So Deep is going to mix that for us. You don't mix it wildly, just a gentle mix.
Yeah.
And I'm going to seed the dry ingredients, and then we're going to put those two together.
Okay.
Carol, is the oven on 200 degrees?
It's on, my lovely. Yes, it
Thank
is.
you so much.
And we have already put our oven to preheat at 220
Yeah,
degrees Celsius.
is it 220 or 200? I can't remember.
220. That's what he said.
That's great. Then. Deep's got a better memory than me. Those of you that know me know that numbers scramble my brain.
And anybody who knows me knows I don't know.
Yes, so Carol and I could have been twins separated at birth. I will have a chat with my mother about this later.
So this looks good, I think.
Guys, I haven't done this recipe for many, many years.
No, don't say that now.
No.
It better be good.
It's fine. I know it's fine. You can't fault this recipe unless
Yeah.
you mix the baking soda and the baking powder.
Right.
We'll get the recipe up later for people. You haven't posted it yet, have you? Because I didn't.
We will post it later.
Yes,
Maybe
we'll
it's
post
just
it later. It's very simple.
it's simple. 4-5 ingredients, not much. So
There, and then you take your
yeah.
dry and your wet, and you mix it in.
Oh, and while you're doing that, I need to tell people as well.
Mhm.
All those that you who subscribe to our prize draw, and anybody who subscribes tonight on our website, not prize draw, to our our baking recipe thing. Let me just get it on the phone so I can show you where it is. We're going to announce the winners at the end. So let me just get up our Facebook page, our website, sorry. So if you go along to our website, which is sugarandcrumbs.co.uk.
So do you feel that you need to add some?
Yes, a little bit of cream. The cream is
If you don't know whether Maria can see there, if you go to our website, sugarandcrumbs.co.uk, there's a button there that says that join our baking club. And what this does, it gives you hints and tips about baking and recipes and things that we're doing, offers. So anybody who joins that, lots of you did over the weekend, at the end we're going to announce 2 winners. And basically all I'm going to do is go into the magic pot. It all gets, I don't know how it does it, but it puts all the little email addresses in there. And then it will, once I ask for it, it will flip 2 out for me, and they'll be the winners tonight. We'll announce those at the end.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's good. So if you want to subscribe to that, it's on the homepage of our website, which is www.sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. To be in it to win, you needed to subscribe at Cake International or tonight before we close. Okay, guys?
That's great. So Maria, if you come back here,
Yeah, just show them that when to
Yes.
stop and then.
as I said, I haven't done this for a long, long time, but I think this is the right consistency.
Okay, you happy with
It's
it?
a little bit sticky, but I think it's right. So
Okay.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use 2 spoons, or maybe I'll use just this mixing thing. So ours, you don't roll it out or anything. You just take a little.
Mhm.
So what I'm going to do is this.
Yeah.
This is spray and cook, isn't it? In South Africa we call it spray and cook. Is our oven on the right temperature yet, Carol? Is it on?
Yeah, what temperature did you want?
220.
220.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry when it goes really fast.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good.
On 220 now. There's more space, Maria.
So just a drop basically, just.
Yes, just shape it into.
Yeah, you'll still be in it. Dale, you'll still be in it.
Or we
Don't
can just
worry.
mix, just
Yes,
shake it up with some wet
everybody.
hands, or maybe.
You can do that, but
Yeah.
this is fine. This
Yeah.
is perfectly fine.
No, after dropping it, maybe with some wet hands, we can just.
Oh
like,
no, it does. This is the texture.
Oh, this is the texture. Okay.
Rough, yeah.
Oh, you want it like that?
Yes,
Oh,
yes, this is what it looks
okay.
like. So can you see that, Maria? Oh, that spraying cook got in my throat. Just give me a sec.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why we're doing the scones tonight is because Deep wanted to experience something British.
Yes.
But I do not know how to make British scones, so I said, well,
being South African, so
yes. So I said, well, I'll show you how to make our version.
well, that's good. We always do the
And I
regular
did-
stuff.
I did promise people that I would do the pillow pans,
Oh yes.
but with my hand playing it up, I can't. I'm struggling here to mix buttercreams. I don't even know I'm going to pipe. So we'll have to make those another
I'm
time.
telling you, you're going to show me. You're going to talk in my ear, and then I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
When can
Yeah,
you
we can all give it a go.
can you repeat what are you doing?
What I'm doing,
Yeah.
I'm making scones. What part of
Yeah.
the?
I know.
Scones.
There's new people.
Oh, is
Yes.
it? Oh, right.
You don't
The
know
new
what you're doing.
would have just joined.
Okay, so what we're doing tonight, for those that have just joined us,
Repeat.
yes, we are making a South African version of scones, or scones, as some people call them. These will be massive scones, but we are hungry, aren't we?
And,
And it's a
sugar-free.
really, really simple.
And they're sugar free. I think that should be the tagline.
Yes. So if Deep can repeat the ingredients for us
Yes,
again.
I'll do that. So basically, we just had 275 grams of plain flour, 10 milliliters of baking powder, and then just to be precise, it has to be baking powder and not baking soda. That's what Gwen said. We had 1 milliliter of plain salt, and we had 2 whole eggs with 250 grams of sour cream.
That's right. And you did say baking soda, not baking powder.
Baking powder. I did say that just to be precise,
Baking
that you
powder.
shouldn't use baking soda. You
No
have to
baking
use
soda.
Yeah.
That's the only way this recipe will go wrong.
Yeah.
If you change this to
Yeah.
baking soda, so
Absolutely.
baking powder.
Baking powder. Yeah.
And plain flour.
Yeah.
Is our oven ready?
Your oven is
So
on.
we already preheated the oven at 220.
Yes. And I have a feeling, because the recipe says that it can make 21 scones.
Wow. So
I
you
have
made
a
the big
feeling
ones
we're going to have big scones. I
Wow.
just have a feeling. So
Do you
let's
think
see.
we should put them on another pan?
because of the baking.
I think you should. If you think you can make 21
Yes,
from
sir.
them, Gwen, I think we're in big
Yeah,
trouble.
because they're gonna spread as well.
Yeah.
So
This is going to be fun.
You can tell Gwen doesn't bake very often.
No, I can make a
fine.
mean banana muffin though. I
oh,
can.
we can have that for breakfast tomorrow.
Oh yes, and they're so quick as well. So whenever my bananas go off, I just pop
Yeah,
them in the
that's
deep
always
freeze.
the case.
Yes, I pop them in the deep freeze, and then at some point, this is going to be fantastic.
So,
Alright.
if
That's a
anybody
bit
is
messy
watching and
now.
wondering what Gwen is doing,
Yes, I'm just splitting them up.
Don't bother now. That's fine. That's
She's
okay.
just-
You'll see, they turn out fine.
she's
For the
realised.
South Africans watching, I'm sorry if I'm letting you down, guys, but I'm trying. So we're going to go to the oven now.
Yeah.
And you-
Do you open the oven door?
Which one is it? This one?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
These are going to be nice.
So that's for about 10 to 15 minutes.
No, 12 to 15 minutes.
12 to
So we
15
just,
minutes.
yeah.
So guys, 12 to 15 minutes at 220 degrees Celsius.
And that's it. And then
That's
we're
it?
going to eat
Wow.
some scones with a cup of tea.
Wow.
We certainly are. So give us your bowl then, Gwen.
Yes.
And then what I want you to do now is talk about the decaf application. Because
Yes.
you're already asking how much it is,
Yes. of
how
course.
does it work.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
So-
I'll be with you in a sec.
Yeah, so we grab that.
So, there we go.
And how to open the pack? How to store the pack?
Yes. Yes, please, guys. We've done all we could to make this product as good as we can for you guys. So the product, and I'll speak to our Indian audience as well, because I'm hoping that you guys are going to also support us.
Yes, absolutely.
Soon we're going to get them into India, and then you guys can bling everything up. So
Yes.
the way we open the pack is at the back, and then you can reuse it again. You just click it closed.
And those that came in the blister pack.
The blister packs were for the people who supported the crowdfunder, and they were meant to look like a gift. So for those of you who are highly disappointed that you did not receive a blister pack, it was meant with really good intentions to
I
look
actually
like a
prefer the
present.
blister pack.
Yes, many people came up to me and said, "What was that all about? We love our silver bags. They're
Well,
beautiful."
it feels like something you can store it in, whereas now you would throw it away.
Well, some people might, but most people, once you've told them, then they will actually store it in there. So, do it again. On the side, pull it to the side. You can't break it, open it up. So you get your little product sheet, And inside there's a little gift for you guys, a little surprise. So my niece invented the DK. I did not invent this, but I designed this special one for you guys. So it's a little funnel. Can you see it? And then you just pop it opposite sides. And there we go. We've got a little funnel. So I did not bring any pearls in with me, so I'm just going to...
No, they're just in the back. Yeah.
I didn't want to open more, but anyway.
You can open them as well.
Okay. Good. So what we do, and we do sell our own, Sugar and Crumbs sells the range of dragées. Why we've gone for our own range of dragées is because not all dragées are equally formed. They actually, some of them are really misformed. I'm not going to name names, but if you go into one of the major supermarkets, you will buy them and they will say 4 millimeters. But when you put them in your hand, there will be a range from 2, 3, 4, 5 to 6 millimeters. If there's people that are you having some strange comments or something?
No.
You're looking for?
Well, you've got to remember, Gwen, Maria can't read everything out
Okay.
because we're going at speed and she wants to shout some things out.
See.
And
Yes,
she's
let
looking
me
at
just
me
say.
to help her.
Oh,
Say.
So
Okay.
I'm
Do it. Go on. Is
I
there
don't want
something?
to stop you.
Okay, tell me. Is there something we can
Yes,
answer or
it's-
something?
It's about the recipe for the pillows.
For
Oh,
the scones.
for the scones?
No, for the pillow pans. I'll just
Okay.
say.
Oh, the pillow
So
pans.
Carol, can you please ask Gwen about the recipe sizes for the pillow pans, please? As I still want to buy them. Thank you. So I asked, so Elaine, I did ask Kim, and Kim couldn't remember.
From the top of her head. No,
From
she
the top of her
didn't.
head.
No, she didn't.
So I did say I would do them today. But I've been in the warehouse as well. John's been there since 6. I've been there since 10. My hand is killing me and I never got a chance to do them.
And we
So-
will. I've actually invited Kim to come and help us.
Yes. she's
So
gonna
we will
pop me
come
up.
at some point. Kim Firth and myself will come up and we will actually help Carol to do those cakes. We are quite keen to do them as well.
Yeah.
So
But I
that
will
will
get,
happen. It will
in
happen.
fairness, I will get them done before Christmas.
Oh, okay. Yes,
I'll
well.
get them done before
okay.
Christmas, don't worry.
Okay.
But before you put those pearls in there, can you do me a favour, Gwen?
Yes.
Can you grab the pink ones?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because what I want you to do is, the other shiny pink ones, okay. Because what I want you to do is, I want you to grab some sugar paste out of there.
Yeah.
I want you to mould it into a little ball or a big fat ball. Because when you fill up
To apply
that,
it.
I just want you to show them how it works, push
Okay.
it into it.
So maybe I can ask Pete to be my assistant.
Yeah, tell me.
They are asking about the jam. Is in the top or in the bottom?
There's always a thing with British people. They always say, what do you prefer, the cream first or the jam first? We'll get to that when we eat them. So let us know what
And
you
you can
guys
also
think.
show now, it's already coming out now actually.
Oh, we're going to show that.
Oh, look at that, they're going.
Have we timed it?
They went in at 8:33.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, when you see her looking, because of her
I understand,
accent,
yes.
she
She
gets
doesn't
worried
want to
and
read it.
shouting out.
Yeah.
And also, I said I would shout
Yeah.
out.
Just a little ball.
Oh, just a bone. That big?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just needs moulding. So
Okay.
is that going to be enough to show them? We're going to
Yes.
flatten it out. Yeah.
So you just
So-
need to be, I need to make a more.
Just let the heat of your hands warm it up a little bit.
Here we
So-
are. Jam first. I have to agree with everybody.
Yes, I also agree. with
Jam
that.
first.
Jam
And Kat
first.
Riley says they need checking at 45 minutes too. So we've got.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for
got
telling us.
four-
Oh, thank
minutes.
you. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Well
You've
done,
got
Kat.
a toothpick here somewhere because I tested
Oh, that's
it.
the test, is it? The toothpick test?
Yes.
I have got.
All right, so we're back at the DK, and I was talking about our DK range of dragées. Please, guys, come and buy them from Carol. You'll know that they're good for the applicator. If you can't find them with Carol or you're in a different country, go and find the ones that are nicely shaped. Look at that; these are all the same shape. Of course, now and again you're going to get a misshaped one, even in our range of dragées. That happens, but they should all be the same shape. When you buy them from other places, sometimes you put them in your hand, and there's a whole range from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not 7, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the sizes, and then they will get stuck inside the DK. So we put our little funnel there, and we pop these in. Oopsie, that's too many. Leave a bit of space there. Can you see that, Maria? There's a little bit of space in the top. And then click it closed. Give it a little shake to start with. And let's see if we can do something here. Can you see this, Maria? So if this was on the side of your cake, what I do is I take a ball tool. I don't have my ball tool with me, and I make my indents. Or actually, we can do. No, there's not one open here.
What do you need?
This one? Can I? Oh, it is open. Hold on. I'm back. If you use your press ice tool, and then I use a little, I use the ball tool to just make them bigger a little bit. You want to? I will pick this up deep actually. Can they see it or?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just, that's the reason I came so that you can.
So I will do that.
You do your thing, that's fine.
Am I fine? Good. And then you take your little applicator, give it a little shake just so that the balls can fall into the groove and out to come into the nozzle. And push it forward and apply. How easy is that? Even if you're working on the side of a cake, you guys have seen us do this before. On the side of a cake. And then a little shake. And there you go. So, that's how the little DK works. Any questions? Any questions?
I want to know how much it is off Sugar and
Ah,
Crumbs,
okay.
and what do they get?
Alrighty, so on the Sugar and Crumbs website, they are selling for $34.95, and for each DK you order, Carol's been so kind to pop in a cornflower pouch.
And free delivery.
And free delivery. So go for it, guys. You can get your DK at the price of $34.95 and the cornflower pouch.
And your free delivery.
And free delivery.
They are asking if you should wet first.
So clever. Thank you guys for helping me out. It's been a long weekend at Cake International. You are right. So when the fondant, whether it's fresh or whether it's a little bit drier, you're working on it a little bit later in the day, you should put a little dot of water. We take a little brush and put a little dot of water into each hole, and that means that the sugar, don't use edible glue because the edible glue eats away at the colours. It means that the sugar in the fondant melts slightly and the sugar in the ball melts slightly and then it sticks together. You can see these cakes. These cakes that Kim did, only cakes, the demonstration pieces. Those balls are sitting there, and I've been driving with them all over
Can
the
I just
place.
tell you, I didn't use the water.
You did not, and it worked?
No, and it worked.
Okay.
I didn't. I did a dummy,
And it
and I
worked.
put them in, and
It
they didn't come
depends. So
out.
it depends on your fondant. I think it depends on the fondant.
Yeah. I don't know, but I didn't know you had to use water.
Okay.
So it's only afterwards.
Wonderful. So
I put them
it
in.
depends on your fondant and your technique and how you want to do it. But I do. I use a little bit of water. So Carol might find that when she starts driving around with that one, they pop out. I don't know.
How much are the tubes of draggies?
How much are the tubs of I can't remember how much you sell them for on your website, Carol.
Neither can I.
The tubs.
Neither can I.
You guys will have to have a
Usually
look.
Rob
Maybe
Allen's
Rob,
very
can
good.
you help us out, please, Rob? What will we do without Rob? Anyway, Carol is back, and I think she's going to show you. Ooh,
I think the
what's
scones
the
are
time? Ooh, ooh.
Oh, right. 2 minutes.
Can I have a
But just check the thing.
Okay.
And if you need some more color or
They are perfect.
Oh, that's fine.
It's a strong
They're not
iron.
ready
Wow.
yet. They've still got a couple of minutes. Are you sure?
So, but are you happy with the color? Is that
Yeah,
the color you
that's
want?
fine. Oh no, Carol's right. Carol's right. I haven't done this for a while.
Okay.
Carol's
So
right.
put it, I think 2-3 minutes maybe more, no?
Yeah, we'll be there in a minute. See I don't know if you can see the stick. There's a little bit of
Yeah,
it
so
feels
bad.
quite dry actually. It's not wet.
They are good ones.
They're really fantastic. I'm going to take this messy plate out and taste this one.
Yeah.
And then we leave that one in there. So let's just see again. I'm going to take this side. I think they're ready.
You think so?
Yes. Where can I put them down? Where,
You can put them. Yeah. Oh, this wouldn't
There?
be here. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about my messy plate. For those who are just joining us, I quickly changed them over onto a second one.
Wow, smell good.
They do smell good, yeah. smell good.
They do smell good, don't they?
So these guys are Gwen's mother's recipe for scones in South Africa, and they're sugar-free. So all you guys out there who can't have sugar, you could have these. With a bit of butter and maybe some sugar-free jam if there is such a thing, I'm not quite sure.
There is.
There is? I'm sure for
There
diabetic
is for
people.
diabetics. My dad was diabetic and my mum bought him sugar.
But they're looking lovely.
So we'll let those cool down a little bit,
Yeah.
just ever so slightly, and then I will serve them in a minute.
Yeah,
Lovely.
that's good. Right guys, I've seen some of you ask questions on there. So it's a bit difficult when people are new in the kitchen because they don't always realise that as they're talking and they're going at speed, and I do the same, that questions are coming up, and you know, John and Maria are trying to get a word in, which Maria was trying to do, and Gwen's looking at her as though there was a problem, and there wasn't. So, you know, just bear with us. So I'll get Maria to try and shout out some questions because I'm being here, or you can look at that. I saw some of you ask what's wrong with my hand, and that's very nice of you to ask what's wrong with my hand. I don't have a problem very often, but every couple of months, I don't know, you probably can't see, but it's actually quite swollen. I've done nothing to it, it's joints. So I've been tested whether I've got arthritis or anything else, and apparently I haven't. So I went on a course of medication a couple of years ago when this happened, because it went up my hand, up my arm, and down my leg. And for some reason I was put on malaria tablets. It helps. Don't know why, but I was put on malaria tablets for 6 months. It solved the problem.
Wow.
And I don't know why, but there you go.
But it works for you.
And it worked. So over the weekend, I had mentioned that I was struggling again with it. So I am going to try and do some piping as well. So this is why I didn't make the pillow pans, because I did tell lots of people that I would actually bake the pillow pans today, work out the recipe, because I was going to ask Kim and she'd forgot. So I would work out the recipe for you, and I was actually going to have a go at rolling the sugar paste and popping it over, but I seriously can't, and I'm probably going to have to ask these guys to help me with what I'm going to do now. So I know that Deep came to the stand and did a little video of me doing the cupcake bouquet, and a few of his customers have asked me, will I do it again? And I think Gwen and Deep may have to help me out here.
Okay.
So we'll see how we go.
Okay.
So there was a couple of things I just wanted to show you. And Gwen, if there's any chance you could get me a knife out of that drawer, or Deep get me a knife out of that drawer, I don't care. And then if you want to sit there and you can shout out questions for me, Gwen, that would be great.
Perhaps
Okay.
you can shout out the questions so that
Okay,
you
tell me.
can help you.
I'll ask you. If you want to sit here, I'll ask you. That's great. If you want to sit there and you look at them, I'll help you. So I spoke to so many of you, and it was so many of you to come and buy the genuine Russian piping tips. And so many of you told me you bought the copy ones as well, and apparently you were all mortified, so you should be. You should be. But these are the genuine ones, and in the cupcake bouquet there's so many nozzles that I'm not one to try and push on 100 nozzles. You need to buy every one. So when you see those people selling you the copies and they're trying to sell you 100 of them, you need to ask yourself why. You don't need that many. I think you need a good bundle deal. Buy one of the bundle deals, then add on a couple of others if you really want more. I think this is an add-on set that you should buy, the cupcake bouquet. I put the link on the Facebook page, and this one is more when you've got used to using the Russian piping tips and you want to extend it a little bit. So in here you only get one Russian piping tip. You get a rose, you get a leaf tip, the 352,
Sorry,
the Wilton 5.
How can you tell they are copies?
And they will only have nifty nozzles on the side and the code of the actual nozzle. Every nozzle has a number of which design it is, okay? And those designs relate to the ones on our website. So I'm not sure if you can see very well there, Maria. In fact, let me open them out.
Can I tell you something, Carol? Your audience is explaining all of that, so perhaps let them explain to each other. And
Perfect. That's what I love.
They're all educated. Well, the new ones are learning.
Do you know
but
what?
The old audience are.
I do love my audience, and I have to say, I love you guys. And that's not just me trying to big you guys up. Do you know what's really nice? is I'm not a professional presenter. I'm not actually a professional person. I'm not a professional hobby baker. I started baking in 2013 when I set up Sugar and Crumbs. I've had to learn, just like you guys, watching YouTube videos, going to recipe books. I've dragged Delia Smith's recipe book out. There was a great one Delia Smith had years ago, How to Boil an Egg. I remember using that when I first got married, How to Boil an Egg by Delia Smith, and all the basics. And I've just basically self-taught. With the Russian piping tips, I've told you all before, the original designer is Alexander Lebedev, and he is from Russia, okay? And they were his tips, and his company is called Tulip. Now, originally, can you open that? Because I can't even open that bag. Originally, it was called Workshop Tulip, okay? And now he just calls it Tulip, okay? The reason for that is he put WST on the side of his nozzles, and people didn't know what that meant. So you will see on the side of the nozzle, it says Tulip. And I don't know whether you can see that very well, Maria. Okay, that doesn't mean that this is a tulip nozzle. It means it's Alexander's company. And then on the other side, we've got nifty nozzles and the number of this particular nozzle, okay? And this particular nozzle is Ruby, I do believe. That's in this set. In the cupcake bouquets or the rose sets, we will put whatever we've got in stock. And Deep, is there any chance you could move those scones out the way from Maria?
Yeah. I can do that.
Because they're under. You stay there and you keep reading the comments. Because I'm going to need you to help me.
Would be cool now.
Yeah. So
I have a shout out here from all of your old, your long-term fans, and they just say, "We love you, Carol. We love you. You're fabulous." So a couple of people there: Lynn Peters, Sarah Webster, Jane Howard, Kat Riley, Michelle Megan, Elaine Hallowell, Cheryl Lynn Degg, Wendy Ann Preston. And they all just say, "We love you."
Oh, well, that's really nice.
And thanks, Jane Howard. Gwen, you rock.
So anyhow, it's so nice to see you guys. So you get 1 Russian piping tip and 4 Wilton nozzles, okay? I only use Wilton myself, okay? I think they're the best. What you guys think, I don't know, but I think they're the best. And these were all branded as well. We use the 104, the 352, the 5 and the 10. I've got some foam cupcakes here. I've shown you guys how to use them on rich tea biscuits as well. So when you get your Russian piping tips, don't go to the trouble of making loads of cupcakes, because you will have to practice. And so many of you had to practice on the stand. I don't know how many ladies I had come back round the back of the stand. Are any of you watching that had to come round on the stand with me and I made you do it? Because lots of ladies came and said, "I've got them and they don't work." Well, by the time they left, they did work. Okay, and I call it user error.
Thank you, Carol. I'm going to need that one because I've got a couple of user errors coming through as well.
All it is a bit of patience and a bit of time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Practice, practice, practice.
It is. So one of the things I do say is you must cut your bag. Okay.
Michelle Megan says, "Oh my God, sponge cupcakes. Say what?"
So, like I say, use rich tea biscuits. Don't use digestives because they snap in half while you're holding them. And then I've upgraded myself to these spongy cupcakes because I just thought they looked nicer for the show.
I think people might be fed up here in this office now with your cupcakes every Monday, every Tuesday.
We can't eat cake. It's the way I'm going to diet. And look at this. Maria brought in 9 cakes from Costa Coffee today. So she's gone in and she treated us to 9 cakes, and I've ate 2 already.
9? Then you've eaten more than 9.
No, they're on the table out there.
So you know I can't count.
I have 3 in here for you. I have 3 for us in here, but I've had mine too. That's you 3. So anyhow,
Maureen Ryder is asking, where can I get the miniature ones, please?
Okay, so the miniature ones are en route to us. Okay, I took my. I wasn't sure whether I'd get enough stock for CI, and they arrived just in time. We picked them up en route, and because I wasn't sure how many I would have, I divided the stock and I sold out on the Friday of our mini nifty nozzles, and I've saved half of them for Manchester. So as you know, the Manchester Cake and Bake Show starts on Thursday. And once I've sold out then. But I have got a lot more sets en route. and they will be here for December in time for Christmas.
Melanie Thomas Howell say, Carol, I asked about the sponge cupcakes at the Any Seed Saturday. When will you have them back in stock, please?
Okay, I would like to, the supplier I get them from hasn't had them in stock for some time. He did tell me they were coming in this week. So that's one of my first jobs tomorrow, to contact him, see if he's got them. If he's got them, I will buy all of them off him and put them on our website, because I just love these.
Yeah,
They're
these
great.
are pretty cool actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone says, please can I see you use them? I'm so excited.
You
How's
can
your
see me
hand?
use them, but
Carol's going to try her best.
yeah, you can see me use them, but it's all things first, isn't it? I need to explain how they work first. So what I'm going to do is, there's the nozzles there. So I'm sorry, I've got a jade leaf. I've got this. This is the top of my berry. We've got the rose, and the reason I'm just holding back for a minute is I showed quite a lot of you how to use this nozzle. It's quite important. So this nozzle is a 104 Wilton, okay? And on the 104 Wilton, you'll see it has a thick end and a thin end. Now this is my own personal tip. Nobody showed me how to do this. But what I do is I line it up with the piping bag, okay? And when I say I line it up, I get my nozzle and I line up the thin end with the ripple here of the piping bag and the thin end on the bottom. Now when you think of a flower, this is going to create this beautiful extended flower. There is no nozzle that's going to drop this out. We do have people coming to the stand saying that they've seen a video and there is a nozzle that does this. There isn't. This is a combination of two nozzles, one of the Russian piping tips and this one, okay? And I'm going to show you how to get this lovely edge on the tip, on the top as well. When you pull off a petal, you have on the base of the petal is thick, the top of the petal is thin, and that's why I put the thin end up here on the ruffle and the thick end on the bottom. The other reason I do that is if I put the thick end at the top, on the ruffle here, when I'm piping, I'm scraping the bottom of that bag across my cupcake and damaging what effect I'm doing. So I do it like that. So I'm going to two-tone this bag now, and I'm going to put the seam in the side of my hand. So you'll see the side bit is there. And I forgot to bring in a spatula, so I asked Gwen to go and get me a knife. So those who are impatiently waiting, I am starting right now with this. So I'm just putting the buttercream, okay, I'm just putting, I don't need any more than that, Gwen, we're fine. I'm just putting the buttercream so it runs down the seam of the bag, okay? So do you remember that little seam? So this is the thin end. Again, if you keep the thin end where this ruffle is, and that's where you put the colour, that will then, there's always gets a fly bit on Facebook Live on Monday. I don't know why. I'm sure he just visits us on Mondays. He knows I can't kill him on those days. So there's the butter, so the colour goes on that ruffle part, okay guys? And then I'm going to get my white and pop the white down this side. So just hold on a minute because my white is here. But I'm a bit slow because...
Off the hand.
No. Yeah. I'll have to do. Thanks very much. I feel like an invalid really. So I'm just going to squeeze that down. I'll squeeze it with my left hand. And then we're ready to rumble. And what you can do there, Gwen, can you just scrape that out and put it in that bowl there for me, please? In fact, I tell you what, put some pink in there. Just a big spoonful of pink. Okay? So, and then here we go. We're going to get ready to rumble.
Just right at the bottom.
Yeah, just one big spoonful. So I'll use the knife. You always put a crumb coat of buttercream onto the cake, okay? People ask me what consistency of buttercream you need. It needs to be a medium consistency, and I let a lot of you sort of have a stir of the buttercream. And what I did say to you is, so many of you went like this. You stuck the palette knife in, you went like that, went, oh, it's stiff, isn't it? It will be stiff if you try to chop it. You need to, can you just palette it for me? Sorry. You need to be able, if you do it in front of the customer so that they can see.
Like
you
that?
need to, yeah. So you need to be able to use your palette knife and it smooths across. So I don't know if Deep can see there.
That's fine. That's
Yeah,
fine.
so that's the consistency. Now you guys in India, I'm not sure how you're going to deal with this. I think you have to use another
We'll have
product.
Christina and Valerie here soon, and she'll
Yeah.
be able to tell the Indian audience.
We've got some
Sorry.
exciting news. Christina and Valerie, I know those girls very well, and I popped along to see them to see if they would come on our Facebook Live, and they're ever so excited. So in the new year, next week, I'm going to send them some calendar dates, and in the new year, they're going to come along and do a demo here at Sugar and Crumbs. I was so overjoyed at asking them and them accepting, and they were overjoyed that I asked them. They didn't think I would ask them. So, and I've also got Natalie Porter from Rapid Rose, said she's going to come along. I spoke to David Bryce from
Paul Bradford?
yeah, from Paul Bradford, to see if he will come along. At the moment, that doesn't seem to be a problem, but we haven't confirmed it with Paul, so Paul's watching. He now knows he might be coming along to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen.
Come
So
along, Paul.
don't start
Honestly,
yelling at him yet.
It's
He's
a
got-
lovely experience.
We've got to talk to his partner first. So those are the people who are going to come on in the new year. So we're very excited about that. So when Christina and Valerie come from
From Queen of Hearts.
the Queen of Hearts, they will be able to tell people who live abroad how to do the perfect buttercream.
Lovely.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Thank
they'll
you.
give you some secrets. And they go to India a lot and demo.
Yeah, they do.
classes,
Yes,
so,
absolutely. They were there in Mumbai
Yes,
yeah,
they
they
will.
do.
last month. Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's try and get on with this again. So when you do your cupcake, I only use these small piping bags as well. So when you do your cupcake, I use a handful, okay? And what we're going to do there is, so are you sturdy enough, Maria? I did have a lady who asked me, could we stop shaking the iPad when we were filming, because she has problems with shakiness. And I did explain that John and Maria have to film and hold their arms out for 2 hours nearly, but we're not going to be a 2-hour session tonight. So let's get this nozzle, this Russian piping tip onto here. So you sit it onto your cake, you squeeze, you come up, you let go, and you pull off. Now you'll notice I didn't pull off, okay? I let it break off. So I'm just going to do a couple of these again on here for you. So Maria's just wrecking the joint at the moment as she slides across the worktop. So the poor lady who's got the shakes has definitely got it now.
Sorry.
So you'll see what I've done. I sit the nozzle onto the cake, I squeeze, I come up, I relax, I stop, and it breaks off. I don't pull it off. So I'll do it again for you. I squeeze, stop, relax.
May I try?
Squeeze, stop, relax. You can, Gwen, because my hand's killing me.
Yes.
Do you want to come and sit here?
Yes.
So Gwen's going to have a go for you.
Okay. So,
Onto the
Onto
cake.
the
So do you want to turn it so they
yes.
can
So
see
we're
it?
doing this one.
So you don't go in sideways, Gwen. So
Yeah.
sit onto the cake.
Mm-hmm.
Sit
Onto
onto
the
the cake. Let it attach. Squeeze. Come up. So keep squeeze.
this
Come up.
joint,
Keep
yeah.
coming till I say stop. Now just stop. Relax your fingers.
Yeah.
Let your fingers go.
Yes, it is. It's not
No,
something.
you haven't let your fingers go.
I
Right.
promise I have. And then?
It should snap off.
Oh, I see. Oh, but this is what we're doing, Carol. You're teaching me. Look how beautiful. Look at that. All right.
Should I just give
no,
you this
you're
lesson
going to
again?
teach me. Yes, you're going to teach me. Let me squeeze. This is how we
Right.
teach people.
Wait,
and if I can do this.
If I just show you what I did with my fingers, because
Yes.
it's really
Okay,
important,
yes, I
because
wanna
you
see.
said that you'd done it and you actually didn't. Okay, so I need you to sit onto the cake,
Yes.
squeeze,
Yeah.
come up,
Yeah.
relax your fingers.
Oh, completely.
Yes.
Okay, let me
Please.
do that. I can see. Okay. Squeeze, come up,
Up, stop.
and leave.
Right.
Almost.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
you did is there,
I
you
pulled
came
it.
up to the top and you pulled off.
Okay.
So,
So squeeze, up.
Now stop, just stop. Relax your fingers
Yeah.
and come off.
Okay, now
Yeah.
let me try.
Yeah.
This is how we learn. This is how we learn.
But in fairness,
It's
Gwen,
not bad, is
do you know
it?
what I do like about it? Because you've only had 3 goes. This one was just a little bit
Yes,
ropey.
I'm
That we had a
improving.
wobber, but look at that. That's the
beautiful.
same height. It's perfect.
Yeah.
You're there. And
That's
all
all-
you did is you just
Broke
suckered
it
that one
off.
off
Yeah.
fairly
So the
quickly.
fact that it did that at the bottom doesn't matter.
It doesn't know, but that just, when you get this effect here at the
Yes.
bottom, that tells you
You
ripped
didn't
off.
break. Yeah, didn't break it.
didn't.
May I
Okay.
try again?
You can, so let's just do this one.
And do I need to tighten this up when it gets a little
Yeah,
empty?
yeah, you do. Hello? You're trying to save my hands. I want you to save me nozzles by doing it right.
Yes, but people will see that I'm improving. Isn't it true?
We've got a learner. We've got a
Yes.
learner.
So here we go. So
Go on, Gwen.
we're pushing it onto the cupcake.
Onto the cupcake. Don't need to push it on, just sit it on top.
Yes, and then
Right, squeeze.
up.
Up.
and then stop.
Stop.
Open.
Okay, yeah, it snaps off. That's
Yeah.
much better.
Alrighty.
The only thing you did there, you just did a bit of a wobble, that's
Yes,
all.
you know
Did
what
you
it
feel
is?
it?
Yes, I did. But it's quite a technique actually, and I think it is just practice because
Yeah.
to squeeze
But
it
I have
and
to
then
say,
stop.
Gwen, okay,
Look at that.
what I will say is, I think everybody there will be giving you a round of applause because
It's
we've had
improving.
far more disasters with people's
Oh, really?
first attempts, so I think
Yes.
they're amazing in
Alright,
fairness.
I'm going to do a couple now and get into the rhythm. I believe that
Don't
rhythm is
you-
what it's
yeah.
all about.
Don't
People
you-
love it. People think that you are doing nice.
They think you're amazing already.
Good,
Look at
good,
that,
good.
Gwen. You've only been in
There are a lot of
there
hearts
5
coming in
minutes.
now.
Leave it.
You didn't cup up high enough.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so you've got to come up to a certain amount. So squeeze, keep squeezing, stop.
I
And
put.
you put
I'm twisting it, and
You
that's
are
not,
twisting.
Yes,
You've
so
decided
it
to
should
do
just-
your own routine now.
Hold on. I want to do
Squeeze.
this. Up. Leave.
Not quite high enough.
Okay, I'll leave it
No.
to you now. Try again. I am going to practice this. I will do this. I will.
Onto the cupcake, up, squeeze, break off.
You make it look so easy,
Up,
Carol.
squeeze, break off. It's actually gone quite warm, this buttercream
Oh, because
now.
our hands, yes,
Yeah.
that's maybe what
And
it
it's
is.
warm, but don't
okay?
worry, because now it's really soft, but
Yes.
don't worry.
Now you're gonna do
I showed Deep before that I had to put boiling water in it tonight because I hadn't softened the butter all day, and I put boiling water on it, and Deep will tell you that I had to add some hot boiling water and I actually melted it a bit too much. So
Okay.
anybody on Deep's camera will have seen that I went into the freezer and put it in the freezer for a couple of minutes.
Oh, I see. That's clever.
Yeah, and
Yes,
then
to
go
cool it
back out
down.
again. So we've got this here now, okay, and I've just got to squeeze it into the bowl until we get our 2 layers.
Oh, clever.
Yes, can you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So can you see that? Did you see what I
Yeah,
did?
let
Could
me-
you see that?
Yeah, I can see that now.
So can you just hold that bowl because I need to do this with 2 hands. I would normally be able to do this with 1 hand, but yeah,
Yes.
so you can see it's coming out.
They can see the
So
two
that
colours.
just shows at the top there, okay? So let's go back to our flour now. So if you want to lie that down so it's not in Deep's way.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he presses it on there.
Oh,
Does he
yeah,
press
okay,
it
yeah, I
on?
need some height actually.
Okay, so can you see, and can you see Maria? Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do half a semicircle. Yeah? Can you see that?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And in that semicircle,
I think I
we're
can do
going to do
that.
another half a semicircle. Can I do one first and you
Yes.
do one after?
Yes.
Yes, don't destroy that.
Jane Carol
And
can't
then-
sleep tonight.
And then we're just going to keep going round and you're going to watch this row, okay? And then I'm going to do a second layer. My poor hand. And can you see that Deep as well? Is
Yes,
that
I
okay,
can.
Maria? Can you see that? And look how beautiful that rose is. Do you not think he's stunning?
Yeah.
Do you love it?
indeed. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you love it, guys?
Can I see? Oh, that is pretty.
Pretty, isn't it? Okay.
Very pretty.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to extend the rose. So you could leave it like that, but we're going to extend it. So anybody who wants to know about this nozzle now, you can use this with your left-handed or right-handed. I'm right-handed, so think about drawing a rainbow, and I would do my rainbow as a right-handed person from left to right. And I presume that left-handed people would go right to left.
Yes.
What are you, left or right?
No, I'm right-handed
Okay,
as well.
but anyhow.
Perhaps a lefty can tell
But
us.
it doesn't
Tell us what
matter.
to do.
It doesn't matter which way you are. This
It
nozzle
works.
is not affected. Okay.
Are
Now,
some of the others?
yes, they are.
Oh, that's clear.
Not my Russian piping tips, but okay.
Mm.
So then I'm going to lie it down with the deep end down again. So to remember this ruffle tip that I've told you here, it helps because you know that ruffle has to be, you always need to know that ruffle has to be on top, it has to be out to the
that's
side.
clear. This bit,
Yeah, and that was my own tip. I developed that little
That's
idea
it.
myself.
That comes from working with it so many times.
Yeah.
That you've
Isn't it a shame I can't patent that idea?
Yeah.
Like I've patented these nozzles that people are copying. So
Yeah, that
we're
would
gonna.
be-
So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to lie it down, and I won't twist my hand. Okay, what you're going to see is I'm going to go in, I'm going to squeeze it there, and I'm just going to lift and come up, and it's formed a little ripple. If we lose the rose in a minute, it's because Maria is actually going to land on top of me. Okay. Don't
need
shake,
to
Maria,
get
the poor
something.
lady who can't watch
Anyone
this.
watching that can tell us if there's any stand or tripod or something that we
Oh,
can
it
use?
is. Something that we can move around in the
Yes,
kitchen.
it needs to be, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So then we're going to go in again underneath, and we're going to go around. And we're going to go in again underneath, and we're going to go around. And the very last one, you go underneath and on top. Okay, do we like it?
That is beautiful. I would have definitely destroyed that.
You wouldn't with
If you
practice.
lose it.
Are you okay, Deep?
Deep lost his audience. Never mind.
No,
Quickly go
I
on
just
again.
clicked on the end. That's fine, that's fine.
But you
Right.
can go on again, yeah.
You can go on. I'm going to do this again, Deep.
That's fine. That's fine, that's fine.
Okay.
Where are we now on time?
So here we are. So let's just go back now because I did do a couple of ones. Where's my bag? Here.
Oh, Jacqueline Heaton says,
Yeah.
I did it, remember, and I'm a lefty.
Yeah.
But Jacqueline, can you tell us whether it's the same side as Carol went?
So
or...
while she tells us, I'll go
Yeah.
back on here. So we're going to put another rose on there.
Oh, Karen Naylor says, I'm a lefty and I run it right to left.
Right,
So
so,
the
so
same
it's
as
the
you.
same.
Yeah.
No, I go left to right.
Oh, so it is the opposite way.
You're too much like me, Gwen. We just don't get it right, me and you, do we? So you'll see that I've put another rose on there. Do you want to reload up again? Yeah. And now, obviously, I can't go all the way around. So I'm just going to do half a semicircle, half a semicircle, and I'm going to keep going round. And then I'm going to, I don't know if I've just knocked off some of my leaf, my petal, put my finger in it. Yeah, I did put my finger in it. And then we're going to use the berries then, but we're going to have nice red berries. So you get the Wilton number 10, and we're going to put 5 berries. Yeah, I did say this to the ladies, you can make your cupcakes, but you do need to enhance them. Because I think when you do that to your cupcake and you don't add any leaves or anything else to it, it looks pretty boring. So you do need to add a few other things. So it's like wearing your party dress and not adding the earrings, the necklace and the bling, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. So what we're going to do there is I'm just going to top my berries up with a little bit of green. They're probably a bit random, these. Normally I do green berries with a contrasting colour.
Oh, I think I can do that.
Yeah, with a contrasting colour. But I've got myself a bit muddled up tonight. And then we're going to do a leaf. And I'm going to show you guys how to do a leaf, if I can. So I'm just going to finish this one first, and then we'll talk about leaves. So we're going to go in with the Wilton 352 that you get in your set. And we're going to, there's 2 ways. It's got a V there. It's got 2 points on it, okay? If you put those 2 points down there, you're going to get a sideways leaf. So you need to have it up like that, and you'll see that that point is with my ruffle again, and one is on the bottom. So keep the ruffle up, and then go in, and let's do a leaf.
Which nozzle was for the
Yeah.
petals, please?
The 104, and there we go. What do we think, guys? Do we like it?
It's
Yeah,
lovely.
lovely.
Beautiful.
Yeah? Buttercream on the
Beautiful.
finger.
For those of you that just joined, I would like to give a shout out to my USA distributor and sister, Marissa Valentin de Rivera from the Sweet Chalet Shop. And also for those of you who've just joined, Carol has a bit of a problem with her right hand. It's something that reoccurs every now and again. So she's not on best form tonight, but she's still doing a fantastic job. Absolutely fantastic job.
Yeah. So looking at the things there, I saw a load of love hearts and things come back.
Yes.
So does anybody want me to do this again? You'll see that I've done a slight variation to this one, okay? What I did on this one had 3 roses on the back, okay? So we did the big rose, and then we put just the 3 normal roses on the back. Whereas on this one, I've done a double rose. So what I do is I do show you, and I show people at the show, and I'm sure many of you are going to shout out, you saw it. I did a demo where I put 1 rose on the cupcake, then 3 roses, then 5 roses, then we did just a big rose, then we moved up to this, and then we moved up to this. And that's why I say this cupcake bouquet is a great set for £7.50. It would cost you £11 normally. It's a great set for £7.50, but it's not really a starter kit. You need to learn to play with your Russian piping tips first. Get them sitting on your cake.
There's a question here from
Do the
Lena
leaves.
Miles.
Yeah.
She's saying, are they a normal size cupcake?
These are the normal size
Normal
cupcake.
size. Yeah.
These are Costa Coffee cupcakes here. Can you put those
No,
back
those
on?
are big.
Those are big, aren't they?
This is a Costa Coffee cupcake.
Cake. That's massive. These
Yeah.
are just normal.
It's normal cupcakes.
Yeah, normal. The diameter on the top is normal. They might be a bit.
Depth.
The depth might be better than some people's cupcakes.
Yes.
I do see some people's cupcakes, you know, and I don't know whether you all know this, but I do see some people's cupcakes. When you fill a cupcake case, you do need to fill it 2/3 full. So many people just put a spoonful in or half a
Yes.
a cupcake
And it
case,
doesn't rise.
and it doesn't rise.
Yeah.
And if you've got if your cupcake comes up and you've still got the frill around it, if you know what I mean, the cupcake case, it means you've been very mingy with your mixture. So we do that. So Gwen is actually going to go over to there and make her cream.
Yes.
Now she's going to explain it to you, but do excuse that side to the kitchen because I was over there trying to mix while I was trying to mix with my dodgy hand. So if Maria wants to go around to the other side, just plonk everything in the fridge, and then I'll get a plate out, and we're gonna. Oh no!
Plate the scones.
We're gonna make the scones. Yeah. So let me just have a little clear up, and then I may come back and do another one of these for you guys. Yeah. So I've got buttercream all over my fingers. So Maria, do you want to pop over to where Gwen is? Yes, please. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Hi guys, we're back here on the scones. So for those of you who are just joining me, we made some scones earlier. Deep, can you come and remind people about the ingredients, please?
Yes.
Well, he
So-
can take his iPad with him because he's. Are you filming?
Yeah.
Do
you
you
want
want to
to
take your laptop?
turn that?
with
I'm not sure how much battery it has.
Oh, I see.
Like just
Never mind.
mushroom.
All right, so guys, I think Deep can just shout out there from the back, actually. How do you want to do it?
I can do that. That's
Yes,
fine.
so the ingredients for our scones tonight, we were doing the South African version. Deep, help me again, 275?
275 grams of plain flour.
Yes, that's right. And then the sour cream,
Sour cream is 250 ml.
250.
Yeah.
And when Deep says ml, it's milliliters, guys. So
Yes.
we've got 250 milliliters of sour cream. The baking powder, 10.
Baking powder is 10 ml.
Yes, and the salt 1 milliliters, and the 2 eggs. And so you mix the 2 eggs with your cream, your sour cream, mix it up, and then on the other side you sieve your flour and your baking powder and your salt, and then you just mix those two together with quite a bendy spoon until it's a nice consistency. Watch back on the video and you'll see it. And then you pop them in the oven at 220 degrees Celsius and leave them for about 12 to 15 minutes. So what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to mix the cream with some vanilla, what do you call it, vanilla?
Velvet vanilla.
The velvet vanilla. icing
Velvet
sugar.
vanilla icing sugar. I've got some
I
double
can't even
cream.
carry the bag yet.
Oh, okay.
I can't even carry 500 grams.
So, Carol, can you give us an indication of how much of this sugar you think?
We normally put 2 tablespoons in.
2 tablespoons. And would you add it while you're beating or after
I
you've
would
beaten
probably
it?
drop it in there.
No.
So do you want me to give you a measuring spoon?
Yeah, please.
I've got them here.
So we've got
2 tablespoons of velvet vanilla.
Okay. So we've got the sugar and crumbs natural flavoured icing sugar, and this. You can use any flavour, but tonight we're using the vanilla. Is that right?
Yeah.
Vanilla flavour. Good. So I'm putting in 2 tablespoons. I'm a bit generous there. And then I'm just going to beat it up until it's stiff. And I'm not sure how long it takes in one of these. Carol? How do they?
It shouldn't take too long.
I just love the color of the.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's amazing, lovely copper.
Yeah, people ask me about the KitchenAids, which are the best mixers.
This is going to make a noise now, so I'm not sure if you want to
That's
move
fine.
away a little bit.
So I'll just quickly turn it on.
Yes, this KitchenAid is a beautiful colour, I must say. I'm not a baker.
Better than any other mixer.
Is it faster?
No, not really.
I know.
You pay for the colour.
Oh, really? It is beautiful. Oh my god, it's already thick. I'm almost making clotted cream.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
With a hand mixer, I would have been standing here forever. Let's see if I can
you have
get
to be
this.
very careful with a mixer because you can put them in beads.
Oh, let's taste this, guys. Oh my word.
Is it done?
I wish there was the technology already
Yeah.
that you guys could taste
People
what
can
I'm
taste.
tasting. It is
Or
beautiful.
send back the aromas.
So, I don't know if you want to just move over there so that I can cut the scones for us.
Yeah.
Oh, look what Carol's done over there.
Well, we've all got to have one, haven't we?
We are.
Bring them here. These are tonight. So do you want to grab a knife
Yes,
as
we
well,
need a
Gwen?
sharp knife, you know, like a steak knife or a bread
Oh,
knife.
you'll have to just nip out there.
Okay, is it on the table?
Yeah. In the knife thing. Got one that's stuck in it, there you go. So is there any questions, Maria? Anybody asking any questions you want to know?
Are you going to be demonstrating the mixing also in the cake and bake show?
I most certainly am. I'm at the doctor's tomorrow for malaria tablets, I think. It's so strange.
It's so funny, yeah. Sometimes there
Yeah.
are things which is like,
When my GP gave them to me, I went, they're malaria tablets. I have them to go to Mexico and India with and everything else. And he said, yeah, I know. He said, I don't know what it is, but that's what works.
Something is there which works for you.
Little plates are in that drawer. So,
So,
I did start having trouble on Saturday, and I really struggled on Sunday. So then the good old debate comes of jam
Yes.
or cream first.
Yeah,
And
which is better?
I am a jam girl.
so I use a bread knife or a steak knife because otherwise they crumble all over the place. Cut them open like that. I hope they'll bake through. We don't want soggy bottoms or what's the other one? Let's see. Oh, perfect.
Nice today. They are nice,
They're
aren't they?
perfect,
They're
guys.
lovely.
Just show
Can
me
you
once.
show? Yes. They're
Gwen
perfect.
says that when you've had these
lovely.
scones, you'll never eat any others.
Yes, the difference between these scones and the British or the, I don't know where they're from, Cornwall, or someone perhaps can help us, the origin of them. These ones are light and fluffy, where the other ones here in the UK are quite dense and heavy. This is a light scone. And I suppose it's probably because there's no butter and sugar in it. And also I think one of the reasons why there is no butter and sugar in it is because in South Africa, even now, it's still a luxury, you know. It's not that you can't find it, it is just a luxury.
So basically, it's a healthy scone.
It's a healthy scone.
It's more than just a healthy scone, it's a cheap version.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yes.
Yeah, it's a cheaper version than the ones. So, I will cut them open and get some taste and tell me what you think about them.
They, you know, at the first look, they look like shoe pastry.
Oh, yes, I do. Don't
You know
they?
the first look of it? Like if I just click a picture, probably then I will look like they're probably like profit rolls.
Oh, we all having one each then, are we, Gwen?
Why not?
Why
Where
not?
are
Okay,
you,
then.
Carol?
So while we're going to enjoy ourselves with these, okay, does anybody want to ask any questions? So Maria, is anybody asking any questions? Would anybody like me to do that rose just one more time for them?
I
Yeah,
will
maybe
move
we
them
can
for
do
you.
that.
I'll move them for you, Carol.
So I am going to demo the one Wilton as well.
Also, Carol, what's your email? Like, someone was asking where can we get these the nozzles from. Is there an email that they can read?
Send to India?
Or at least they can send an email to you, and if they can send me on time, then we'll see.
If anybody in India wants them, they really need to email Deep. And I can just say no, he doesn't want his luggage allowed.
Yeah, so I was just thinking, like, if you can, yeah. So for now, at least, you can give me your email, and I can just put it there. They can at least send an email to you.
Yes, they can. Okay, if they want to email me at Carol.sugarandcrumbs, so it's Carol without an E.
Yeah.
.sugarandcrumbs.
So it's carol.sugarandcrumbs
at iCloud.com.
iCloud.
Goes for you guys as well.
Okay.
Okay, at iCloud.com. And if you're struggling to order them on the website, because we don't post out internationally to India. So I did sell you guys the 1M Wilton as well at the weekend, as I did with many nozzles. And I'm just going to quickly do this rose if I can. So the two colours may come out while we're talking here, but anybody who's got the 1M nozzle, all you do is you sit it on your cupcake, you go around, you overlap, you go around, and I'll show Deep's audience in a moment. And you have this nice little finish off, and we're just going to put a lovely little leaf on the edge. So I'll just do that again for you guys. So, because quite a lot of you are impressed on how I did that. So let me sit this again here. So Deep, can you see okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Is it close enough?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Can you see, Maria? Okay. So we're just going to sit the nozzle on the top. We're going to go around, and you're going to notice I am going to overlap it slightly. We're going to go around. We're going to pull it off there. And then I am going to use the leaf nozzle, and I'm just going to put a nice little leaf there just to finish it off.
Carol, will you have a good selection of sugar flare colors on your stand in Manchester?
Right, okay, so let me just tell you guys about, if you want to just come back, Maria. The stand at Manchester, we've got 3 stands. So when you come straight in at the show, okay, when you come straight in at the show, I am next to Dr. Oka, okay? So Dr. Oka has a massive big stand because he's a massive big company, okay? And then there'll be little nifty nozzles, okay? So you'll see Dr. Oka, and then just look to the right of him, and nifty nozzles will be there. And I will be there with my pal Jenny, which is my daughter's best friend, because as you know, Laura's gone off and had a baby, little baby Harrison. He was at the show this weekend. I forgot to post a picture about him actually. So Jenny and her very good friend are helping me to demo all weekend. So we're on that stand as soon as you come in. As you get into the centre of the show, we've got the Sugar and Crumbs stand, and Gwen will be on one corner with her DK applicator, and the Sugar and Crumbs girls will be doing all the flavoured icing sugars. And just opposite them, we're going to have another stand which is going to have the Nordic ware pans on, okay, and it's going to have the cornflour. Yeah, the pillowcase pans, the cornflour pouches, and the. Are you taking FMM tools with you?
I am.
Yeah, have you got all of them to take with you? So Gwen will be doing the press size tools, but I'll have 3 stands, one with bits and bobs on, one with Sugar and Crumbs, and one with nifty nozzles. I will be demoing all weekend, okay? I do have to stop and have a break. I did feel as though I was a bit like a performing monkey this weekend. I did feel that everybody, lots of people very patiently waited, and lots of people come in and went, do it now, do it now, do it now. So I will work as hard as I can, but I am on my feet for 4 days. So if I'm not demoing, carry on around the show and come back, and I will be demoing all through the day. And I think the show opens at 10 o'clock, and my first demo will be 11 o'clock. I won't start before then because we have to blend all the buttercreams, we have to get all the colours done, all the nozzles bagged up. So first demo will be 11 a.m. and then I'll demo on the hour if I can, because it's all about demoing, sales, demo, sales. And going back to the baby nifty nozzles, I will have enough for the show, but as soon as they sell out, then you'll have to wait until they come back online on the website. So, and if they sell like they did at Cake International, they sold out in the morning.
I have a couple of shout outs.
Yeah.
So,
Can
Karen.
I have mine now?
Yes, please do.
Right.
Please, would you like to taste?
Oh yeah.
So,
Sorry, Maria,
I
you
have
to
a
wait.
couple. Yes, Maria, we'll let you have one. So, Karen Naylor is saying, Carol, you may need a hand at the weekend, and I wanted to say, Carol, I think you may need a hand.
Oh, I'm going to need a hand at the weekend.
Yes. Lindsay is saying, Lindsay McGiver, if you need any help on Thursday, she will help.
Good. That's what we
So
like.
I really think you need to take these people up on their offers.
I
I'm
know.
watching you here tonight.
But guys, if you're paying to come to the show, it's great if you're living locally and I can get you to come in and help, but Lindsay, great offer, but you're on a flight, you want to see the show, and then to come and work for me is you know, a bit unfair really. But if you
What
want
if they've
to,
offered?
yeah,
Take
if
them
you want
up
to,
on it.
I'm more than happy. I'm going to. And Karen, if you
It's
want to
nice
as
for
well.
them as well.
Yeah,
They
I
love it.
totally appreciate it. But I also realise it's a massive show, 3 tickets in one. So that is amazing, Gwen. I have to say, that is amazing. So before I go, does anybody want to know anything else, Maria?
Well,
They're asking for the recipe, aren't they?
yes, we will put the recipe tomorrow morning.
We'll put Gwen's recipe on tomorrow morning. Very easy recipe that. And I have to say, they're lovely.
You like them?
Yeah, I do. They're really
The
lovely.
sweetness from the jam is what gives you the sweetness. You
Yeah.
don't need the sweetness in the scone.
Mm.
You eat it like a burger.
Mm.
I'm a little bit more.
Oh, right. Are you eating yours more refined?
Sorry. I
Sorry.
don't know if they can see that.
There's me eating mine like a pig.
That's okay.
I'm never going to be slim, am I? Right, Maria, is there any more questions? Does anybody want to ask anything before we go?
Is there any more shows in this year?
There's none. This is it
no,
now.
Please, guys, we've really.
Can't do anymore. This is the last show for the year now. Facebook Live will be every Monday, but this will be the last show. It's a 4-day show in Manchester. Your ticket allows you to get into free shows, which is the Cake and Bake, the Eat and Drink Festival, and the Ideal Home. You'll never get round all 3 shows in one day. If you want to do all 3 shows, you need to do a 4-day ticket. But make sure you come by my stand. So as soon as you come in the entrance, Nifty Nozzles is there, just on the left next to Dr. Oka, or right in front of you. Actually, I'm not quite sure where the door are, but we're right there. I'm there with Jenny and Kirsty. And then you carry on down the aisle, and there's a big square sugar and crumbs aisle with all the flavours, and Gwen's going to be there with a DK applicator, demoing all day, every day. And then I've got another stand just to the side, which is going to have Nordic ware on, cupcake cases, cornflower pouches, the Wilton pillow pans on, and what else? I don't know what else you need. What else would you like?
There's someone here that's saying Martin Dursley.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of your regulars, isn't
Yeah.
he? He's saying, would those scones be nice with some cheese added to the ingredients?
I think
Yes,
they-
Martin,
I think
we
they
do
would.
that. We have
I
done
think
that.
they would be great.
Yeah, we do
Yeah.
that.
Do you do flat or tummy cupcakes for the Russian tips?
Wait,
Do I do flat or
Oh,
domed?
do you do flat or domed cupcakes for the Russian
Domed.
tips?
Domed.
Don't.
It's okay. Maria's accent is just a bit strong. So yes, flat or domed cupcakes.
I have to tell you, working with Maria is great fun because the language, what she misinterprets at times, has us in stitches. She says things and we have no idea what she says, and usually it needs to be for a show after 9 because she gets all the words. So she can say a normal word, but it doesn't come across like that. So
Chris Gill is asking, do you sell the dome cake tins?
I don't. They're from Lakeland. You need to go to Lakeland to get them.
Are
They
you
do them
taking-
3 sizes.
Are you taking Barina smoothers, including the
Right. If you want, I'll take Barina's Smoothers with me. I took them to Cake and Bake London, and they didn't sell very well because I didn't demo them.
I can
Okay.
demo them.
The smoother.
Yeah, let me do them on my
Right.
side.
Okay.
Yes, they
So
will
we
be there.
didn't- we
You can buy
didn't-
them from Carol, but I will be demoing. And
Yeah.
you can buy them
Okay.
from
Well, that's
Carol.
great. If she's prepared to demo them, that's
Because if
fine.
I'm selling out of DKs again, then I'll have nothing to do by the first
Yeah, you
day.
sold
So-
out, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, it was great.
So,
So-
come along, I'll show you how they work. Actually, some people asked me about my straight corners.
Yeah.
And I said it's Barina and I sent them to
Absolutely.
you.
Yeah. So I had lots of people ask me. So at Cake and Bake in London, nobody really bothered about them. I had them there, so I didn't take them to Cake International, and I got loads of people asking me for them, but I didn't have them there. So I'm more than happy to bring them if you want them, but they will be, I'll have them on the
So
Nordic
come and
web.
look for me, and then I'll show you. If you
Tell you
want
what
to,
they are.
yeah, if you're interested in them, I'll show you how easy it is. Because
Yeah.
I'm not a caker or a baker, but as you can see, but I've managed to smooth my cakes with them. They're fantastic, Marina.
Right.
Fantastic.
Just please raise your hand because they want you in the show.
I know, I'm worried myself.
Get some people to help you. Make fun.
I've
and
got
have
Jenny
fun
and
on it.
Kirsty doing it.
Yeah. And my Dennis is
Jenny?
saying, my Dennis is saying, what about chocolate bits in the scones? Yes, sweetie, we do that
Chocolate
as
bits
well.
would be amazing.
Yes, yes, we do.
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
those are all the things that you can add.
Chocolates,
Because it's such a
raisins,
plain
whatever,
recipe, you can
Yeah.
do basically anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Yeah, if we got this right, then you can do anything.
so you could do a savoury scone and a
Yeah.
sweet scone,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, Jenny Scholes say, I bought the cake smoothers in London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few people bought them,
Yeah,
but not many did because we weren't doing a demo.
yeah.
So,
anyway,
so I've got Jenny and Kirsty doing the demo. They're both great girls, but they won't demo when I'm stood on the stand.
I will take Carol for a walk. That's
They
what I
won't
do.
demo when I'm on the stand. They go all nervous, all twitchy, and they prefer me to disappear.
And I
So
think you should
if
let
I'm
them
not
down.
on the stand, it's because they've given me a rest and said, go and
How
do it.
about I take Carol around and introduce her to all her fans, and you can have photos with her, because no one can ever get a photo with Carol. Anyway, so
I'm
we're
not that good.
we're not doing a catch up tonight. are
We're
we?
not doing catch up tonight because
We need
tonight,
our rest.
well, tonight's session has been talking all the way through it.
Yeah.
So, before we say our goodbyes,
Steve, come over here.
Yeah. Say goodbye.
I'll come with my scone.
Yes.
have you had your scone?
Yeah, I just had a
You've
bite,
already had
but
a
it's
bite.
lovely.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Right, so what I'd like to say to India, everybody over there.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
guys,
see,
thanks for
some of
watching.
them have watched today. They've been really appreciating your. It's come out really well. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been really.
Brilliant.
Thank
For
you.
those that's joining us just now, this is what Carol did tonight.
And this is what I did
Oh,
with
yes,
my
I can
tips.
show this one as well.
Mm.
Can you guys see? Amazing.
Sorry about the colours, they're a bit garish,
That's
aren't they?
alright. No,
And the scone which
I didn't
Gwen
even-
made.
Yeah.
I didn't even bring in the right colours, that's how unwell I feel.
Let's finish up.
So I'm going to say that's a goodbye from me.
Bye bye.
And a goodbye
Bye-bye.
from me. Bye, India.
Oh,
Thanks
wait a
for
minute, wait a
watching
minute.
with us.
Oh,
Hold
I
on.
forgot. Actually, I've got to tell you who's here next week.
Oh, golly.
Right, I
And
forgot.
the winners.
Oh, and the winners. Right,
Oh,
okay,
golly.
wait a minute.
Sorry,
Wait a minute,
guys.
wait a
We're
minute,
not
wait a minute,
going
don't go
yet.
anywhere.
We're not going
Wait a
yet.
minute, can't go anywhere. Pass me that magazine,
This
first
one?
of all.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, got Kerry Griffiths here next week, okay? And he is going to be doing a demo on this little fella here. So let me see if I can find it. So for you guys, you need to go and buy this magazine. I put the link on the Facebook page. Go and buy this magazine. Kerry's in it. He does a full tutorial. He's not going to do the whole tutorial live next week, but he's going to do some nice segments of it, and you need to have a look. So let me just get it here because it's amazing what he's going to do. And oh, look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this.
Is that what
Sorry.
he's going to do? Can I hold it for you?
Yeah, you can, please. He's not going to make all of this, but he is going to bring this actual cake with him.
Oh my
Okay.
word, that is stunning.
He's going to bring this cake with him, and he's going to show you how to make one of these little chappies. I'm not sure which one he's going to show you how to make. He's going to make the Christmas tree mould, so don't buy the mould yet. I've not put it on the website. I only got back from the show last night, so give me a chance to put the Christmas tree mould on the website.
This is just beautiful.
And this here is his ropes and was it serrated ropes, Maria? We've got it on the website already, this one, when he was here last time. So he's used this mould here for his serrated ropes. So like I say, he's not going to show you the whole cake because he can't spoil it for those people who buy the magazine. But he's going to give you an insight on how to do one of these little fellas, okay, and how he put his cake together, and then all the step-by-step instructions.
Yeah.
Can't show me all, but they're all here, okay, and there's pages of it, of how to put this cake together. So make sure,
God,
I don't sell this magazine, so it's called Cake, Decoration and Sugar Craft. I think it's £4.
here. £4.20.
£4.20.
And this is the December issue, of course.
Yes, you need the December issue. I put the link on our Facebook page so you can go there and find out where to buy it. But buy that, and that's Kerry Griffiths. He's been here before. He's a fabulous guy. He's here next Monday, okay? And he was one of the finalists with me, and we all came second. I came top second, and all the rest came the bottom second in the Cake Masters Awards.
Good.
Didn't I?
You did.
I did. Good.
Now the competition.
Now the competition winners. I was receiving a text message because, and I've just got to receive that text message now to see who the winners are. So, and it's not here yet. Just give me 2 minutes. Right, I've done that. Right, give me 2 minutes, because the person who's doing the jiggle jaggly hasn't done it. So let me find out where it is.
Alright, so
One
while
second.
Carol is doing that, perhaps Deep can tell you a little bit about the rest of his tour. Deep, do you want to come and tell people where they can find you next, your Indian audience?
Oh yes, yes,
So
yes.
before you do that, for the UK audience, Deep is actually on a tour. He's done Cake International. He's going to be at Cake and Bake this coming weekend. But in between, he's also doing this tonight. And then what else are you going to do, Deep?
So then,
Talk to your audience.
oh yes, so basically I would like to thank Gwen and Carol to giving me this opportunity to come here and be a part of this regular Monday feature. So after this, I'm at the the Cake and Bake show, which is at Manchester. So that's going to be, I'm just going to attend the first day, and so that's going to be, I've heard that it's amazing.
So Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, so you're only going to be there on
I'm just going to
Thursday.
attend just the first
That's
day.
fine, that's fine.
And then yes, I'm after going to Dublin.
You're going to Dublin, and who are you visiting in Dublin?
I'm visiting Anjali Tambre. She's a Saracino ambassador.
Okay,
And
well done,
so she does some
Saracino.
so she does some great, so she does some great work, and excited. It's my first time in Dublin. So
Oh, wonderful. Dublin is a lovely, lovely
I've been to
place.
Belfast, but I've not been to the other side, the
okay.
southern island. So
Enjoy
yeah, it's
that.
going to be interesting.
And while Carol was out of the room, Deep took the opportunity to just say
Yes.
thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you. Really appreciate.
Yeah.
And lovely. So I'm not gonna. Please, you can share the winners. You've got the list.
Well, I can't, because,
Okay.
because my person in charge who was organising who the winners is hasn't pressed the magic button.
Oh.
So it's 20 to 9 at 10 o'clock. No, 10 o'clock. We're not doing no catch up.
Okay.
10 o'clock we'll announce the 2 winners, and you've won £50 worth of sugar and crumbs goodies.
Wow,
Okay.
that's amazing.
So what you're going to get is £50 worth of icing sugars and nozzles, and those 2 winners, and it's already been chosen, it's already been packed. There's 2 parcels. As soon as I announce the winners, you've just got to send me their name and address, and tomorrow those 2 parcels will be going out to you guys. So that's 2, and it's sugar and crumbs products. So I'll let you know. I'm sorry we don't know now, but the person who is looking after this side of things thought that I would be rabbiting on for 2 hours and thought I was going to do a catch
Of
up.
course we do. We always go on and on and on. Anyway,
So we're going.
good
See you
night.
next
Thanks for
Monday.
watching. Thanks for watching
Thank you.
India.
Bye-bye.
Don't
Bye-bye.
forget the magazine. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.